always feels, what, weird taking down the holiday decor. We just did it at my house over the weekend, and now we're staring at naked walls, an empty mantel place, and maybe a lonely corner where the tree once stood. Well, if your post-holiday home feels a little stale, we say give it a refresh. All week, we're focusing on simple and affordable ways to make a real difference in the look and the feel of your home. So if you're bored with your bedroom, my next guest can help. A few refresh ideas will turn your room into a retreat you'll love. Interior designer Emily England joining me to add her voice to this series. It's great to see you.
So good to see you.
Why the bedroom? If you were to give your pitch for this particular corner or space of the house, why the bedroom?
Well, it's the place that we go at the end of the day to be restored. And so we want it to be calming and relaxing and like a happy place to be.
Do you find working with your clients that sometimes the afterthought?
Totally, because we don't invite other people into our bedrooms.
No one's going in my bed.
I find that people will even decorate their kids' bedrooms before they'll do their own.
Why do we do that?
I don't know.
Those kids get it all.
I know.
They get it all from us. Your ideas are fairly simple. They don't require a huge budget.
Totally. You don't need a contractor and you don't need a large budget. These are just items you can execute on your own.
We're going to start with organization. That's the first step, you say, from turning room to retreat.
Yes, and I think nobody wants to hear this, but I think if you just clean out these spaces and make them more organized, they're just going to feel so much better. And you could honestly stop there and that would make a huge difference. Like, I recently read an article that cluttered and messy spaces make us feel fatigued and grumpy, which
I believe it.
I totally believe it too. And so if we have a space that's organized, it does feel restful and calm. So like, take a couple minutes and throw away the junk mail that you meant to go through on your nightstand, clear away some of the knickknacks that are sitting on your dresser. And even just like, I think our nightstands now are charging stations. This is just the reality.
Help us here from a design perspective. How can we clean that up? I've got cords coming out of every corner.
So we do too, and I've kind of moved to these wireless chargers that allow you to charge, like on your nightstand, there's an image of one. You can charge a watch, a phone, and AirPods without any cords. It just sits there. So it kind of cleans up all of the extra cords that you're kind of struggling at night to plug in your items.
I need that because I feel good otherwise, but that nightstand can be such an eyesore.
Totally.
Okay, bedding is your next point of attention. You say if you want to throw some dollars at a room refresh, consider bedding.
Totally. And I think one of the reasons is because it's a treat for yourself. It will actually help you sleep better. If you get good sheets, are kind of a big deal to me. So I love white sheets. I just think they feel like you're staying in a luxurious hotel. And there's a couple things to think about with sheets. So one is your thread count. I know this is always confusing to people, but just the higher the number, the better. It's like a 600 thread count is a really nice sheet. And then the material also, Egyptian cotton is really a temperature regulating material. And I don't know if you're like me, but in the middle of the night, I can get so hot that I'm like throwing layers off. Or does anybody else like pull their leg out? You pull like the one leg out. So Egyptian cotton is really nice. And then something else I'm loving, it's called premium viscose made from bamboo.
Oh.
And they are kind of slippery sheets that do a really nice job of temperature regulating too.
On the outside of the bed, it seems like the bed is kind of having a moment in terms of attention. We're layering. You're seeing a lot more going on, not just pillows, but like quilts and throws. Give us a quick lesson on that.
So I love a duvet. I just think there's nothing more inviting than like a fluffy duvet, but they do sleep so hot.
Yeah.
So I love the look of a duvet, but what I layer underneath it is a quilt. And this is a place to add like pattern or texture, but it also serves a practical function, which is at night, roll back that duvet to the end of your bed and just sleep with the quilt. So, and then if you want to, maybe in the summer, you fold back the duvet. It just gives you a little bit more versatility.
And creativity.
Yeah.
To play and have fun with the patterns like you talked about. Not to undersell the pillow. That can be a good way to refresh, but we're going quality over quantity, like bigger pillows, right?
Totally. So, I love pillows. I think it kind of is the biggest bang for your buck in your rooms to switch out the feeling. You can bring in different colors, different patterns, different textures. If you're lucky enough to have like a sofa or chairs or window seats, you can add beautiful pillows. On beds, I think sometimes decorators get a bad rep for like 25 pillows on the bed.
Husbands say yes.
Yes, and I actually don't agree with this. So let me give you sort of my take on how many pillows.
Yeah, what's your formula?
So for a king bed, I think €3. Those are big pillows, but just 3, and then like a lumbar or a bolster in front. Those are those longer pillows.
Okay.
So you've got 4 decorative pillows.
Yes.
On a queen or a full, €2. Look awesome. Again, like a lumbar or bolster in front.
Okay,
so that's not so many. And then on like your kids' beds, a twin, just €1 and a smaller like 20 by 20 in front.
Simple.
Yeah, not too many pillows.
Statement, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, quickly, lamps. You say that's another good way to update a room.
Totally. I think lamps can sometimes get a little dated, and so it can feel so good to get a new lamp. This is a way to really lean into whatever your style is. So like a modern lamp or a super traditional lamp. I have a darling bow lamp for one of my little girls' rooms. It's so feminine and cute. I love it. And the other thing I would say is that a lot of times people go too small on bedside lamps. So I want you to think about the point is really to like read in bed at night.
Yes.
And have the light cast down. So really your smallest lamp on your bedside table should be 30 inches.
Oh, wow.
Which is big.
Yeah.
So take a little tape measure with you when you go shopping for lamps, and we're really looking for a larger, more substantial lamp, and the scale will be right once you see it in your room. It feels good.
For your space.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Give us your quick take on art. I was sort of surprised to see this on your list as it relates to the bedroom, because we think of personal pictures, right? We think of a wedding picture or a family picture, but you say art can be a good update.
Well, I just think it can be a nice way to tell your story. Religious art can be so beautiful. Maybe your favorite place that you've traveled, pick up a piece of art and you can put it on the wall. But if you're afraid to put it on the wall, like an easel on your nightstand is so lovely. Just put your little piece of art right there that you can look at night.
Inspiring, offers good color as well, and kind of sets a mood in a room.
Totally, so elegant.
Emily, thank you. Where can we see more of your work and projects?
So I'm on Instagram at Emily England Design.
I love following and seeing your eye.
Oh, thank you.
In all of its beautiful applications. So we'll link you over to our Instagram from our website. Thanks again, sister.